Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, good day everyone. And yeah, welcome back again to my channel. But today we are going to do something a little different. But before that, I hope you guys all had like a lovely morning today. I hope you guys have had breakfast. And yeah, let's just cut to the chase. Today I will be presenting my personal analysis about a certain bar chart. Here, I will be explaining about Brisk Cafe's daily sales. So make sure to stay tuned, and I will have the pictures of the bar charts while I am explaining. Alright, so I think we'll just start. Okay. So what is a bar chart anyways, you might be asking me. Well, a bar chart is this. It's what you're looking at right now. But if you're still kind of confused, then of course I can explain it to you. It's alright. So a bar chart is percentages shortened in a form of bars that go upwards. However, there are some bar charts that go sideways. They both work the same and can be explained in the same way. Here's a little example of a sideways bar chart right here. Yeah, as you can see. Okay. But no matter what, they're just bar charts. They work all the same, even though they might look a little different. Alright? Without any interruptions, I will just start explaining and going through the rundown of this bar chart. Slowly but surely. So you guys will understand better. Alright, here I will be looking at the bar chart. As we can see in this chart, we have a few menus that are listed in this chart. This bar chart is going to explain about the highest sales of certain menus in the cafe. Not only are they mentioning their menus, we could see here that it might be listed based on the season. How am I able to tell them apart? Well, here we can clearly see that blue, the color blue in this chart, represents winter, and orange represents summer. So we have this summer and winter. And here I will try to explain and both compare why winter and summer sales are heavily different from each other's. And also, when we think about the weather that I just mentioned, of course, it's going to be very different, as they both are polar opposites of each other. And in the winter season, the weather is heavily cold outside, and in the summer season, the weather is very hot. And of course, that would affect more on the sales, no matter what. And so, well, without any further ado, I'll start off by comparing the menus that we have here. Alright, let's start from here. As we can see, we have some menus that are usually sold in the daily sales and how popular they are according to the seasons. Well, let's start off by the first one, hot coffee. Okay, you guys like hot coffee? I hope you guys do. They're really good. This menu seems to be dominating over any other sale in the winter season, sitting at around 75 serving in the daily sale. But of course, it's the cold season and people would love to drink something nice and hot to warm them up. Meanwhile, in the summer, people wouldn't really be too interested in this drink, unless they're a hardcore coffee lover. We can see the massive drop from winter sales to summer sales. Here, they only have 30 servings per sale in the summer. Due to the very hot weather, this menu isn't really that popular. Next, let's move on to the next menu, iced coffee. This kind of surprisingly had no sales at all in the winter season because of the cold temperature, and mostly people just prefer to buy something that can warm them up in the winter season since it's cold. I say this kind of surprising because when we see the next bars, ice cream had more sales than the iced coffee. This is probably due to the lack of taste that it has. in the iced coffee, not only because of its cold temperature. However, iced coffees had a pretty great sale in the summer. Due to the hot weather outside in the summer, something nice and cold would absolutely be the best solution. Speaking of something cold, let's move on to our next menu, ice cream, like I just said before. Ice cream had an average serving per sale in the winter, probably because ice creams can be enjoyed in both seasons. But of course, the sales for ice creams increase more in the summer. It's a classic sweet and cold treat for anyone that's trying to enjoy their summer. Moving on to the next menu, we have soup. And of course, it is the second most popular menu in the winter season. Soup can be very, very comforting when we eat it in the cold weather because it's warm and it could contrast perfectly with the cold weather outside. So no wonder that it is the second most popular item on the menu. And also, well, in the summer, soup seems to be sitting at a pretty average rating. Since soup is a neutral tone food, we can eat it in any weather. So, well, in my opinion myself, it would serve nicely in every season, no matter if it's autumn, winter, summer, or any season, like I said. It might bring many people to taste this delicious food. After all, it is a very classic and also neutral food. We eat it when we're sick, when we're healthy. We can eat it probably anywhere. Alright, and whoa, last but not least, we have salad. A very, very neutral food, considering that it has vegetables in it. Usually there are fruit salads too, but here, these are vegetable salads, which are more common in the world. You know, when I say salad, people usually think about vegetable salads. So yeah, it is vegetable salad. So it works really well for both seasons because, like I said before, salad kind of has the same tone as soup. They're both neutral. They can be in anywhere, anytime, even in any weather. That explains why the sales in both winter and summer are equivalent to each other. So yeah, from these explanations, I think we can kind of clear up that there are some foods that are just neutral, or there are some foods that kind of are more suitable in the winter or summer season. For example, people really, really love hot coffee in the winter season. And meanwhile, hot coffee isn't really that great when we're trying to drink it in the summer season because it doesn't contrast to what the weather is and what we are trying to consume, right? And meanwhile here, let's see. Oh, ice cream. Ice cream is very heavily loved in the in the summer, because it contrasts perfectly with the hot weather outside. So of course, people would choose something more contrast other than something very similar when it comes to food and according to the weather. And so yeah, that's kind of it. We also get to explore new things that there are neutral foods and stuff. So I think this analysis has been very, very great and helpful to me. Not only to me, but I hope to you guys too, because these can help us improve more in our analysis and thinking of what we're trying to analyze. And so, well, yeah. In conclusion, a lot more people tend to go to the cafe and buy something in the winter. Why? Because cafes tend to have a very warm and comforting atmosphere, which is perfect for the cold and winter season. And well, that is all for my explanation. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for tuning into this day's episode. Well, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye, everyone.